Just because you don't see fire doesn't mean the battery isn't in thermal runaway. Cells fail, flammable gases build, and when the conditions are just right, you get a violent explosion. You found Stashed. I'm Pat, firefighter, mechanical engineer, and battery guy. On February 25th, 2026, in Sankt Augustin, Germany, a Renault Zoe was charging outside a commercial building. And before I get into the details, let's watch what happens next. You could hear the siren shut down just before the explosion. That makes me think fire crews were arriving or already on scene. Thankfully, no firefighters were standing next to that vehicle when it exploded, because if somebody had been doing a 360 or a size up close to that vehicle at that very moment, the blast and debris, it really could have caused serious injury. So what in the world happened here? And is this a problem for all electric vehicles? Not at all. But this isn't the first time we've seen an explosion involving a Renault Zoe. And it's not due to a bug, it's a design feature. The Zoe includes a firefighter's access point intended to allow crews to inject water directly into the battery pack during thermal runaway. On paper, that makes sense. Give firefighters a way to flood the pack to stop propagation. But in this design, that access point is located beneath the rear seat, which means there's a direct pathway between the battery enclosure and the passenger compartment of that vehicle. If cells fail and begin producing flammable gas, good odds they'll end up in the cabin. And if those gases ignite, it's a bit of a problem. Imagine this happening while you're driving down the road, at speed, or maybe with a passenger in the back seat. After the explosion, the vehicle ignites almost immediately. And this is exactly why I don't recommend charging right next to a building. Because now you don't just have a vehicle fire, the building itself becomes an exposure. And it doesn't take much for that to turn into a structure fire. In this case, the building was damaged twice, first by the explosion, then by the fire itself. What's extremely concerning here isn't just the vehicle, it's the bystanders. I understand that instinct to help. That's human. But when an electric vehicle is on fire, the safest thing you can do is get upwind and get far away. Look at this guy with the garden hose. And I get it, they're trying. But that little hose, it isn't going to do much. My bigger concern is the exposure. The battery's releasing a mixture of toxic and flammable gas during the failure. And being that close to the vehicle, especially downwind, puts you at serious risk. I'll break down the research in detail in my next video. Stand by, it's coming really soon. But the short version, it's not something you want to breathe. In the local news footage, you can see a pile of fire extinguishers. Now, it's not clear whether those were used by bystanders or the fire department. Either way, this isn't a great use case. Fire extinguishers are designed for incipient stage fires. This vehicle was well beyond that stage. Eventually, the firefighters brought that fire under control, and after the fire was extinguished, they brought in a specialized immersion container and flooded the vehicle with water. That's a fairly common thing to see in different parts of Europe for electric vehicle fires, especially when there's a concern about reignition. The goal is simple: fully submerge the battery and remove the heat from the remaining cells, and that prevents propagation. But there are trade-offs. All that water is now contaminated. You're dealing with dissolved metals, electrolyte byproducts, and combustion residue. That's not something you can just dump into the storm sewer. It needs to be handled and disposed of properly. And then there's the bigger question. How long do you leave it in water? A day? A week? Even after extended submersion, damaged lithium-ion battery cells can still contain stranded energy. Once the vehicle is removed from the water, those batteries can still pose a hazard. Electric vehicles are typically not explosive, but when lithium-ion batteries fail, the hazard isn't just fire. It's that significant flammable gas production. And in that environment, design decisions matter. High-voltage battery systems should be isolated from the passenger compartment, with no path for those gases to migrate inside the vehicle. Charging location, that matters too. Common sense placement, away from structures and exposures, reduces that risk. And public behavior matters. We need to educate the public on the hazards of lithium-ion battery fires so they respond appropriately.